In this video, we are going to look at how to find a polynomial function when you've been given information about the polynomial. Now, a lot of that information might have to do with the leading term, the degree, the zeros that are a part of it, or possibly the y-intercept, and any combination of those facts. You may also be told the multiplicity of the zeros you've been given. Now, the biggest thing you have to remember is when you take a zero and write it as a factor, you got to change its sign. So if your zero is negative, then when you write the factor counterpart, it becomes positive. Okay? Now, in order to find the polynomial, the steps you have to follow are to take all your zeros, rewrite them as factors. Then you are going to multiply all of those factors together and get your polynomial. Once you get a polynomial, you want to look to see if you have any leading terms or y-intercept values that you need to make sure are applied. And if so, then you need to manipulate your polynomial to meet those criteria. If you don't, then you're done. So let's take a look at an example. Here we want to construct a polynomial with the stated property. We want it to be a third degree. We have zeros of -4, 1 minus the square root of 5, and 1 plus the square root of 5. And that's it. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, I have zeros of -4. So this means I know that x equals -4. I know that x equals 1 minus the square root of 5. And I have x equals 1 plus the square root of 5. I need to change all of these zeros over to their factor counterparts. So this is going to become that x plus 4 equals 0. So its factor is x plus 4. Here this is going to become x minus 1 plus the square root of 5 equals 0. So the factor is x minus 1 plus the square root of 5. Then we have x minus 1 minus the square root of 5 equals 0. So my factor is x minus 1 minus the square root of 5. Now I have third degree, which means I only need 3 zeros, so all of these zeros have a multiplicity of 1, so I've got them all. So my polynomial is going to equal x plus 4 times x minus 1 plus the square root of 5 times x minus 1 minus the square root of 5. So what you have to do here is you are going to multiply all zeros together using the distributive property. And when you do that, you're going to come out with p of x being x cubed plus 2x squared minus 12x minus 16. Now, if you have any questions about that, or if you find that you are struggling with trying to multiply these together, please let me know. I would be more than happy to try and walk you through step by step how exactly to do that. Remember, when you multiply these together, you need to keep your radical rules in the back of your head in terms of what happens when you're multiplying your radicals through. Alright, let's look at one more. Here we have a fourth degree. Our zeros are -3, -2, and 1. And then it says that occurs with a multiplicity of 2. And then we have a y-intercept of 18. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. I have that x equals -3, x equals -2, and x equals 1 with a multiplicity of 2. So here, this is going to give me that x plus 3 equals 0. So I have a factor of x plus 3. I then have x plus 2 equals 0, so that's the factor of x plus 2. and I have x minus 1 equals 0, so this is the factor of x minus 1, and then I have to square it. I square it because it has a multiplicity of 2. Last but not least, I know that my b is going to be 0, 18. So I need to keep that in mind as I work my problem. So first and foremost, my polynomial is going to start with x plus 3 times x plus 2 times x minus 1 squared. Again, you are going to multiply all together in order to find your polynomial. Here we find your polynomial to be x to the 4th plus 3x cubed minus 3x squared minus 7x plus 6. Now, if we look, 6 right here is my y-intercept, and we need this to be 18. So you have to ask yourself, how do we make this happen? Well, we make this happen because 6 times 3 equals 18. So what we have to do is we have to multiply the entire polynomial by 3. So we're going to do 3 times your original polynomial, p of x. So 3 times x to the 4th is going to give me 3x to the 4th. Plus 3 times 3x cubed is a 9x cubed. Minus 9x squared minus a 21x plus 18. Since my y-intercept now is 18, I have finished what I needed to do. So there you have it on the idea of being able to take a direction and turn it into a polynomial. Again, if you're trying to multiply these together and you find that you are struggling, please let me know, and I would be more than happy to work that out for you in more detail so that you can see step by step what to do. Otherwise, I do hope you enjoyed this short video on how to take a set of directions and turn it into a polynomial. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I will see you next time.